Yo, everybody on YouTube, it's Binks. I'm back with another video. This video in particular is probably going to be a little bit longer than usual. I wanted to do this to kind of give myself a credibility check. I want to show you guys that I'm the real deal. I collect Pokemon. This video is really going to be my transition from collector to investor, and I think that that's the typical progression for a lot of people in this hobby. Myself, and this is the case for I think millions of people. Pokemon hit. I was 9 years old in 2000, and Pokemon Mania was here. Everyone loved Pokemon, playing the games. I was really into the Game Boy games. I remember I was playing Pokemon Red on New Year's Eve when the ball dropped for the year 2000. To give you some information, I think there's millions of people that had that same kind of story about how they were super into the hobby and left a couple years later. Maybe you went on to the cooler thing. When Yu-Gi-Oh came out, I remember I kind of left Pokemon for that, but I've since found my love for Pokemon again. But yeah, I think a lot of people, when they rediscover Pokemon, they get back into the cards. They feel that nostalgic hit, and I know the nostalgia factor is a huge thing for people. But when I first got back in the hobby, 2016-ish, I really started going heavier in 2017, 18, 19, before the pandemic. So a lot of the cards and stuff that I was buying then have exponentially grown in value. So that's to say, I kind of lost my train of thought. Sorry guys. We'll go ahead and get started showing off some of these cards, and I'll kind of sprinkle some stuff in here and there. This stuff is some of the recent stuff. Wait till I get into my older stuff, guys. I bought this year. I think $55. The old vending series. You just can't get over how good some of these arts are. It's a shame we never got them in English. But these aren't really investments here. This is just, you have to buy stuff that you like to. I bought this maybe $50 on eBay earlier this year. Space Juggler. The Beedrill Altart. I bought this for super cheap. Not really an investment either. This is one of the cards I've got displayed in my closet. Actually, all these are, if you check out some of my recent shorts. I just am in love with this art. I graded a couple in English, could never get a 10, so I kind of gave up and just bought a 10 in Japanese. Vincent, Final Fantasy VII lovers out there? Anybody? Again, just a card that I love to look at. This isn't an investment. Split Earth, PSA 10, Polyrath Hollow. This is the equivalent of English Sky Ridge. And these are super cheap and super undervalued, I believe. Just based on the cost of the packs that they come out of. Not really an investment again, but I just love it. I've heard people say that this is Lugia in the background. I think it's the Charizard flying. It's your Lugia or Charizard flying in the background there. I've always loved that. It's just such an awesome art. Iono, special illustration rare. This is an investment. I bought one raw, graded it, hit the 10. Just waiting for some of these SIRs to appreciate. Obviously you did well. I bought this for like maybe $60 and got the 10, so I'm already up on my money, but I'm waiting until the SIRs have their day on eBay. Town on No Map, I believe this could be in Sky Ridge too, because I know they had Town on No Map and Split Earth in one. They combined those for Sky Ridge, if I'm not mistaken, in Japanese. But the Dream Eater, Hypno, I just love this art. He's kid asleep at his desk and the Hypno's eating his dreams. How terrifying would that be? Flareon VMAX. I bought this before the giant run up this year. It was kind of nuts. These are actually really hard to grade. And I graded a 10 myself earlier this year and sold it. But like I've talked in my other videos, PSA sucks sometimes. And the one I graded personally, it wasn't really a 10, guys. I'm sorry. But this one was much cleaner. I got it for $120. I know that they've come down since their big run up, but yeah, I think easily 200, 220 all day. This is a investment. I love it. Executor, Slowpoke in there. Just beautiful card. One of the most beautiful arts in the hobby. Okay, let's get into some of these other. These are just my lower value cards. Stuff that are investments. I'm waiting for things to appreciate over time. This will help fund other things I have in the hobby and just sell cards when they appreciate, put them into more raw, buy and flip, buy and flip, buy and flip. End up with free cards in the long run. In the long run, a lot of my cards really have no cost basis in anymore because I bought and sold, graded and sold so many. The Grusha from Paldea Evolved. I think this card is super undervalued. I just sold one on eBay through Z&G. It had a decent price, but I think these are super undervalued for what they are. I know they're a lot easier to pull in Paldea Evolved, but these special illustration rares are crazy, dude. All right. Next, this card is one of probably the most notorious cards in the hobby at the moment. Pikachu the Gray Fell Hat. I got 5 of these from the Pokemon Center for free with my orders because I was really fast with it. I don't bot or anything, but I had 5. 2 got 9s and 3 got 10s. I sold the 9s when they were running around $100. Obviously sold too early, but literally zero cost basis in them other than the cost of grade. So essentially paid for the orders to buy the product to get these cards free from Pokemon Center. And I think these are $600 now, which is just insane. These are just good cards to sit on whenever you need to pull a little bit of money out. Instant liquidity, essentially. Okay, some of this stuff is a little bit older, stuff that I graded personally, that are expensive. I pulled this from the 10 myself, back when this was out, 2019, like I said. I was really super heavy in the hobby before the pandemic, and yeah, got the 10 on this. This is an investment. I think it'll appreciate. I know it's just a 10 promo, but for sure we'll think this will appreciate over time. This card was super cheap for a long time. I think it got down to like between $2 and $5. I think it's over $100 now. I should have bought just as many copies as I could have got my hands on because they all grade 10s. It's just such a good printing. Red's Pikachu, Japanese. Long-term hold on this. I know there's a ton of them, but like I said, I'm up a ton on this. Basically a couple dollars to buy it and whatever it was to grade it at the time, it was $10 to grade it. Up on the money on this. You gotta love Dragon Ball Super. They run it into the ground, but some of these arts are just crazy. This is not an investment. It's just, who doesn't like Gogeta, man? Come on. Arcanine EX. I just love this art. This is not an investment, but I personally love the Terrestrial, the big gem head Pokemon. I love them. I think they're great. I love this card. Crown Zenith Pika, the only secret rare in the set. I think this card is super undervalued. I obviously pulled this when Crown Zenith first came out, and I've graded a couple 10s of these and sold them as they're kind of appreciating. But this one I'm sitting on for a while. I think this is going to be a pretty big card in the future. So Charizard V from Champion's Path. This one I did not pack pull. I graded this, bought one raw and graded it last year because the one I pulled when Champion's Path first came out, I sold. I got a 9 on it, so I sold it and bought a raw copy to grade to try to get the 10. I'm pretty good at pre-grading through eBay listings. I've had a lot of luck. I think it's something I'm naturally good at. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but yeah, pulled the 10 on this and PC copy until it reaches a price where I think the market values it more than me. These are my childhood story or childhood DVS, Blue Eyes Dark Magician Exodia. I bought the Game Boy game from our town, had a Walmart. It's since closed because it wasn't a super Walmart. Bought the Game Boy game from there. Opened these up. Just crazy. They're really bad condition as you can see, but I just love these. These are PC, never sell, just because of the childhood factor, you know. These are a play, I think, eventually. I did the same thing with Ultra Shiny GX back in 2019. I bought the Charmander, Charmeleon, and Charizard line from that set, and I think 2 years ago I sold them. They had a big crazy run up. I think I sold them for $1,800. They're all sequential. I think sequential, all 10s. I mean, I know Shiny Treasure is really, really overprinted, but give everything time, guys, and it will appreciate in value. We got another box here before I get to the high value stuff, but we'll keep going. Vaporeon VMAX. I graded all 6 of these, the V and the VMAXs for all the promo evolutions. This is one I got into 10, and like I said, the Flareon I got into 10. Waiting for these to go back in value. I think it's inevitable just because how beautiful these are. So no cost basis in this. Basically pulled it from the box and graded it. I bought the boxes cheap, so yeah, let's play there. Charizard VMAX from Shining Fates. This is a good play, guys. I'll share this with you. Buy these raw, grade them. They grade well. I think they sell for around 180, 200 all day, and this is a good play. I'm still gonna sit on these. You gotta love Charizard, man. Always a home run. But yeah, sitting on this one for a while. I sold off the others I had. Brilliant Stars, Charizard V Altart. Bought this one recently. I tried doing the raw play to grade it. That's one I did miss on, and I got a 9, so I went ahead and bought a 10. Kind of during the Altart dip earlier last year, and got this for a good price. I think I paid $150 for it, and yeah, we all know right now the boom is happening, so this card's running up. I think it's still super undervalued. Another play I got early last year, before this crazy run up. I think this card's doubled in price since then. The Espeon VMAX Altart from Fusion Strike. Fusion Strike's doing crazy numbers right now, man. Bought this for $125 last year. Can you believe that? I should have bought more. I really did focus a lot more on buying sealed product this year, and that's another video I'll show you guys. But bought these. These are my I bought a UPC from Celebrations when it came out, and these are the grades I got for these. I tried grading them, and while I had them at PSA, they announced that they weren't grading these anymore until they fixed their cases, and they sent them back. I'm kind of glad they did that, because I had sent 15 cards when the grading fee was $150, like an idiot. But somehow I still made money on that because of the stuff I sent at the time. Everything was nuts during the pandemic. Yeah, these are awesome. They didn't hit 10, so they're not crazy valuable, but these are PC. This is something I bought last year. The 25th anniversary Charizard, Japanese. These have been coming down a little bit just because there's a lot, but I think it's safe to say once we hit the 30th and the 35th anniversary, these will be, I think it's inevitable that they'll go up in value. Long-term play there. More Final Fantasy, the Cloud. It's just a promo. I thought it was cool. Bought it and graded it. PC stuff here. I just love some of these arts on the Final Fantasy TCG. Galarian Snow, Slow King, God. Altart. I bought this raw, graded it. I'm not sure what it's doing right now, but I think it's inevitable. If you buy raw and grade it in a 10, you are winning every time. It's instant value add, and you're doing well no matter how long. If you flip it right then, or if you hold it for it to appreciate even more, you're gonna win. Another card I bought early last year. I was buying a lot of slabs, buying a lot of sealed for me. The Umbreon Gold Star Japanese. I just sold my English one on Z&G. It appreciated since I bought it earlier last year too. But I think the Japanese one's so beautiful. I'm keeping it. First edition Vulpix. I bought this. It's an old cert. I bought this in 2019 for maybe 75 bucks. I don't know what it's now, but I had quite a few PSA 10 first editions. And I bought the Vulpix. It's a long story. My grandma had given her a shadowless one, and she kept it for years and years. And after she passed away, we found the shadowless Vulpix in her stuff, and I still have that one in particular. But I love Vulpix, love this card. It reminds me of being a kid, and this is a PC card. And then Dark Paladin. This was an impulse buy off CG. Someone had graded and sold a bunch of them. I just love the art, so not really an investment here. All right, bear with me here while I put these back, and we will get into the big stuff and kind of go into what I was talking about in the beginning, the collector turned investor, because a lot of the cards I bought in 2019 appreciated so much during the pandemic that it essentially made me an investor. Maybe unwittingly, but at the same time, I think back and I feel I had the foresight to know that this stuff was going to go up in value. Obviously, it's nice to know that your collection is appreciating in value. But for me, it wasn't always the main goal. But obviously, it helps, right? So we'll start here. This was Classic Collection Celebrations. I just like this card. Pack pulled by me, graded, got a 10. This is just keep forever, because I know these are liquid. Dan Catchmall Collectibles keeps adding to the pop on this. It's just, but $200 all day for that. CP6, this is from the 20th anniversary, Japanese Charizard reprint. Bought this on eBay back in 2018, 2019 time period for 60 bucks. I think during the pandemic it ran up to like 600. Right now it's around 200, maybe 150, but still a 3X. Come on. Birthday Pikachu. Bought this, graded it myself. I was buying clean copies for like 20 bucks a piece. I'm not sure what they are now, but hit the 9. Solid price on these. But no, not really wanting to sell. Like I said, a lot of these are PC. It hurts to sell this stuff sometimes. I have sold PC items before, but yeah, super low cost basis. Those $2019 treated me very well. Meteoric Energy SSB Vegito, the signature. Bought this, graded it myself. I think I bought it in 2020 for like 120 bucks, something like that. Graded it, hit the 10. Not sure where they are now. Maybe 700-800. I think for a long time they were like over 1,000, 1,200 or so. These are some of my favorite cards. The Primal Kyogre, Primal Groudon EX. I just missed this era of Pokemon where everything was just so ridiculous. 5-band graphics was just making some crazy art. These arts are just ridiculous. I graded these myself, hit 10s on both, as you can see there. They're sequential. These have just ran up exponentially since I bought them. Bought them in 2020. Maybe 65 for this and 45 for that one, plus your rating fees, and they're both $500, $600, $700 cards or more now. Unwitting Investor. or collector turned investor. This is the high class deck, Gengar. This is the only version that was printed in Japanese. I never got an English one, but bought this on eBay in 2020, 2021. It was 2021. That's when it came out. Look at the slab. But I think I paid 80 bucks for it. Graded it, hit the 10. $400, $500 card now. Easy. They're just beautiful. English or Japanese. 4 or 5x on my money there. Rayquaza VMAX. We all know Evolving Skies. Even if you're brand new to the hobby, you've heard of Evolving Skies. You've heard of the Moonbreon. I don't have a Moonbreon, but I have this. I never wanted to fork over the money for it, but I bought this during a lull period. I think it was late 2021. And bought the card raw for $120. Graded it, hit the 10. These things are doing crazy things right now. I think this is $750. Next up, this is my childhood Charizard. I kept it in good enough condition, even as a kid, a little 9-10-year-old kid, and hit the 7 on it. This is PC item forever. The story on this, like I said, the Walmart we had in our town that's since closed down. I was kind of getting out of Pokemon at the time, and my mom talked me into buying. She's like, why don't we buy another pack? And we bought a base set pack. And we went out to the car, opened it up, and I got the Charizard. I was speechless. My mom was screaming next to me. And just such a great memory, man. I'll never sell this. This will go with me to my grave or pass down to my kids, whatever. But yeah, that's the story on that. Now we're starting to get into the bigger stuff that I really did well on, or my foresight into the future. My thought was Magic the Gathering was doing big things in 17, 18, 19. Like the old stuff, Alpha, Beta. And I was like, Pokemon is Magic's little brother. And I think it's inevitable. The people who were young when Magic came out were at the right age for them to start wanting to buy back into Magic stuff, and the same for Pokemon. And I think Pokemon is still yet to see its full potential, but I was like, it's inevitable for Pokemon to really do crazy things, and the pandemic just expedited it completely. But I bought this for $800 in 2019. I think for a time during the pandemic, it ran up to almost 10,000, and it's dropped to between 4,000 and 5,000 now. But crazy. I love Neo Destiny. I think it's my favorite set. Close competitor to Skyridge, but nothing. I mean, obviously I love Modern 2. I have a lot of Modern, but did really, really good on this card. Next one is a Charizard, Mint 9 Skyridge Reverse Holo. Couldn't afford the Holo at the time. Bought this in 2019 as well, and I think I paid $850 for it. It's I'm not sure what it reached during the pandemic, but I know right now it's about 2,000. All right, these next 5 are probably my best investment ever in the Pokemon hobby, outside of a sealed product. But yeah, it's the Munch Set. Bought and graded these all myself, and if you can believe it, I bought all 5 of these together straight from Japan. I was buying multiple Pikas, graded them, and sold those since, but I've kept a full set of 10s. $180 for the set of 5 is what these used to cost, and they were even cheaper before that. But like I said, I bought all these for $185. I think the full set in 10s now, it goes up and down, but I mean, I've got so little into it that it really means nothing to me. I think you can sell the full set between 10 and 12,000, which is just crazy, man. All right, we'll go to the second side here. Got the 3 Gold Star dogs. Bought these puppies last year, actually. I got them on eBay for $1,025, I believe, for the 3. So my cost base is like 330 something each. These have gone up in the last year. I think you can sell each one of them for 500 now. That's not a crazy multiplier like the Munch cards or anything, but I'll take it. The reason I bought these, I always wanted the trio. Back in 2019, I bought an Entei for $80 off eBay. And during the pandemic, I sold it for $580. And I was like, man, I really want that back. I want as many gold stars as I can get. In 9, I can't afford the 10s, man. I make good money, but I don't make that good money. But yeah, these are long-term hold. I think people will inevitably go back to vintage eventually. Next card, this is just a personal love card. I love the Crystal Nidoking. I bought this last year too. I'd had a really good year the year before, and I just wanted to treat myself to some cards that I love. And yeah, just love this art. Bought it for $800. I think they're trading around the same cost nowadays, but time will tell if people go back to vintage or not. This is a recent grade of mine. I did well enough on it to stick it in the box here. Really no rhyme or reason. I've got all my big vintage stuff in the box here, but I also put cards that I just love in there. Bought this for $100. Paldean Fates first came out. Hit the 10. Just no brainer. $400. 4x win there. I think, yeah, about 115 into it and 400. Lugia V, awesome card. I think all these Sword and Shield alt-arts are just undervalued. I think they're all going to be huge. Sword and Shield sealed booster boxes, alt-arts, everything. Right now they're doing very well. But yeah, I bought this recently, like later last year. I think I paid $160 for it. Hit the 10. I think they're running to 400 right now. So I love the saying. Z&G had a saying. It used to say never punished, and I've honestly never been super punished in Pokemon. I've made some dumb sales, but with how much everything else I've bought and graded and sold has gone up, it's just, I've never, you can't lose, especially in a bull market, man. You cannot lose. This card, I graded it 2 years ago, maybe a year and a half actually. I bought the art book from Japan that had this promo in it. Forgot I had it. Just randomly looked up. Oh, I wonder if that promo's worth anything one day. The raw promo was like 900. I was like, holy shit! I sent this in just by itself and hit the 10. There's a short of it on my video when I got it back. And yeah, spent $30 on this, man. I had the foresight to know things were gonna go up, but I didn't have the foresight to buy like 20. Next card here, I bought this. This is, I don't know if you guys know this, this is the first ever full art Charizard that was ever released in Flashfire. And what's crazy, I saw the other day a 10, well, this can't 10, it's got corner ding, but anyway, bought it for $45 back in 2018 or 2019. And I think they're 200-ish. So 4x on that. I bought it already graded. Next up, we have another personal love card. Arcanine. This is Mysterious Mountains. This one is the Japanese equivalent of Skyridge. Sorry. I think I gave you guys some misinformation earlier. Bought this raw from Japan. It's not the first edition, but it's unlimited. Hit the 10. Just these old arts, the Aquaus or Expedition, Aquaus Skyridge. era is just so beautiful, man. These artworks are awesome. Last of the WotC. Next up, Blaziken VMAX Alt Art. Bought this raw, graded it myself. I think these are undervalued, man. I just love this card. I've heard some people talking recently on their investment channels that this art just doesn't do it for them, but man, how can it not, man? This art is amazing. Bought this card for 120, graded to 10. I think it's between 300 and 400 now. You can still get these 3-4x wins in Pokemon, man. It's just insane. Never punished. Leafeon VMAX. Bought this late 2022, early 2023 during the down period, and I want to say 135 on it. Graded it, hit 10, instant win again. This one, I don't know. If you guys think I lost on this one, let me know. But I traded a box of Tag Team GX All-Stars for this. And I think even cash on top, because those boxes were like 200 at the time, and I gave him another $100. Traded a guy for this. And this is not appreciated anymore, but those Tag Team GX All-Stars boxes have. So maybe I'm full of shit, and I did lie to you guys. I might have lost on this trade, but it's vintage PSA 9. You can't beat it, man. Gotta love Venusaur. Gotta love Charizard, Blastoise, those originals. Next up, we got the Shining Mewtwo. Bought this card for 75 bucks back in 2018. Graded it myself. Hit the 9. I think I saw one just the other day end between 7,900. I'd have to look back. One ended on Z&G yesterday. A 7X in what, 5-6 years? It doesn't happen in the stock market, man. Come on. This was my first ever graded card. I bought this in 2018 for $50. Lugia. First ever Lugia ever printed out of Neo Genesis. Super hard to grade. It's actually clean 9. I completely agree with this grade. Even it's in the 2 certs, whatever, but I paid 50 bucks for this. $1,000 all day. Unwitting investor I became. Shining Core Mew. Bought this raw, graded it myself. Hunted on eBay forever through Japanese sellers. Bought one that was reasonably priced, maybe 50 bucks for it. I think I overpaid at the time for it, but it hit the 9. And I couldn't tell you what these are selling for now, but it's definitely at least 4 or 5 times what I have into it. Do we have anything left? Oh yeah, we got some big ones here, guys. Almost the best for last. Here we go. We've got a web series Gengar. This is the Misaki artwork on here. And at the time I couldn't afford a Misaki, so I bought the web series. And there was a listing for 2 PSA 10s. And I bought them for $300. So each one was $150. It pretty much instantly sold the other one. I should have kept them both, but sold the other one, kept the one with the newer cert. There was an old cert and a new cert. And sold the other one for more than one of each would cost if I'd more than 150. I sold it for like 190. So basically got this cost basis down to 110. And these are $1,500 cards today. Insane. And the best for last, in my opinion, I don't want to show you the grade. The Gold Star Gyarados, the Fire type Gyarados, what the hell? In a 9. Bought this off Facebook Marketplace on one of the, I think it's Verbank or as far as I know, I'm not sure. 250 bucks, man. Last year, these shot up in price. 4,000, 4,500. Insane multiples. I've got a spreadsheet of everything I have, and I maintain it once a year. I go through and add recent costs and everything, recent sales, just to get total value. And this is all my slabs. Actually, it's not all my slabs. I've got 2 at PSA right now getting reholdered. I've got a Gold Star Gyarados, or not a Gold Star, Shining Gyarados in PSA 9, and Shadowless Charizard PSA 9 getting reholdered. So yeah, you too can become an unwitting investor in Pokemon. If you just buy what you love. Don't buy what everyone else is buying just because you think it's going up in value. Buy what you love. Whether it's vintage or modern, do what you like, do what you care about. Don't follow the crowd. I've done incredibly well in Pokemon. My life is, I just feel so blessed. Obviously, I don't have 100,000 subscribers. I'm not a massive YouTuber. But I'm just a regular guy, man, and I've made tens of thousands of dollars in Pokemon just by buying the cards I love, and I think anyone can do that, even today. Just don't fall for the hype. Buy what you love and stick to that, and you too can go from collector to unwitting investor. And with that, in the video, this is my longest video ever. My voice is actually starting to hurt. I usually even talk this much. But like I said, it's free to like and it's free to subscribe. And it would really make my day if you did that. Talk to you later. Peace out, guys. Till next time.